Greg Parsley, Superintendent for the VCSC. As we continue to go through this pandemic, we have said from the onset that not only will we communicate, but that as things come about and where we need to make changes, we have to be flexible enough to make those changes. And unfortunately, we are to one of those points. I think one of the things that has been important from my end and also the board's end is that we want as many other folks to be able to make the decisions that they need to be able to make for themselves. However, with some of the changing things that have happened within our community, we feel that we need to make a temporary change internally, and that is with the masking policy. Effective immediately, we will go to a masking policy that we certainly believe and hope is temporary, but one that is also flexible, that if your student cannot socially distance, basically it's the rules from a year ago, that we will require masking at least temporarily. Now the basis for that masking will come off of the color designation where Knox County sits. Presently, Knox County is in the orange. If we're in the orange designation or the red designation, we would require the masking in those areas, again, that you cannot socially distance. If we can socially distance, and we can in many of our classrooms, and the kids can remove their mask, it's in those common areas, again, high traffic areas. If we can get 1 week out and into the yellow or the blue, those lowest categories, then we go back to our policy of all green. Now I know there's a lot of different colors. The VCSC uses the stoplight format of green, yellow, and red. The state uses the blue, yellow, orange, and red. The orange and red designation from the state moves the VCSC reentry plan into the yellow, which brings about the masking, and again, temporarily. We know that this is not a popular decision. It's not one that we take lightly, but we also feel like that if we can make this policy as flexible as we can and also offer some end in sight that this is not here forever, that we just simply need to get back to a better state. And the honest assessment is that we are seeing some of the virus transmitting. If we get to the point of the masking, hopefully we see that come to a stop, and then we can return as business as normal. As always, I greatly appreciate everything that our folks do. I appreciate our parents. I appreciate the job of our students. And oftentimes when you talk to students, students are the ones that do not always have the issue when it comes to the masking. They just want to be in school. And I'm also hearing from more and more parents that also that's where the sole focus is. You want your kids in school, and the last thing that we want is 2 weeks into the school year that we're having to have discussions of going virtual, because no one wants that. There's not an appetite from me. There's not an appetite from our board. Our focus is solely on keeping kids in school and being sure that we're putting the best policies forward. Thank you, and I will talk to you again when I know that it is a much better time and when we return back to that normal sense, because that's where we are headed, and we know we will get there.